Hey folks, it's another day, another unboxing, and this here is the Nubia Red Magic Mars gaming phone. Yep, it is, and I know you want to know more, so let's unbox this together, shall we? Here are some specs for you. This is an 8GB, 128GB version, and you can see it's got a whole bunch of cool functionality described right here. So let's open this up, shall we? Here we go. Dun, 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 dun. Boom! Nothing inside the box. Red Magic Mars. You see here there is a little instruction manual, I guess, behind this flap. So let's have a look together. Boom! There it is. Let's see what's in here. Obviously a SIM removal tool. That's pretty commonplace. And there is Red Magic documentation. Very exciting. Including a screen protector supplied in the box. Very nice. And then there is a warranty card, and then there is a Red Magic Mars NX619J. Little manual action here. Feels very cheap, this manual, but there you have it. The layout is all told here. You'll notice that there are shoulder buttons on this phone, which is obviously cool because it is a gaming phone. So we'll get to that in a second. So this is the beautiful, gorgeous red version of this phone. Yeah, hello, red, beautiful phone. See what else is in the box before we continue here? We got a charging cable that's also red, reminiscent of what we have on OnePlus phones, except this is black instead of white at the end. USB type A on one side, USB type C on the other side. Very nicely done. This cable looks thick and juicy and delicious, so that's cool. Then we have a little door here that maybe I'll succeed in opening. I'm not sure. Let's see. There we are. And a missing charger. Oops. No, actually, it's not missing, folks. I mean, they removed it, I'm pretty sure, because this did not come with the US charger. So instead, they sent me a separate box with the US charger in it. And so we can access that right here. And as you can see, we're safe. We got ourselves a Nubia Red Magic Mars branded Type-C charger. Actually, this is not, this is definitely Red Magic branded, but the charger says Quick Charge on it. Has the Quick Charge logo. It does have, of course, the Red Magic logo as well. I don't know if you can see Red Magic, Quick Charge. Red connector, very cool. So this is a US charger that should go in this spot right here. All right, enough of this box stuff. Let's deal with the phone, shall we? So there it is. Let me remove it from its little sleeve by sliding it out. And we will now admire together this beautiful phone. There is a pre-installed screen protector. You can see it here. Again, very typical of Chinese phones, so I'll leave it on for now. Feels pretty light. Here are those capacitive or ultrasonic shoulder buttons. They're not actually physical clickable buttons. And this incredible crazy red back. Look at that. How cool is that? Let me put it down so you can just like pause this for a second and just breathe it all in. Inhale it all. Come on. I know you like this stuff. All right, so let's look at some of the specs and details on this. I'm going to remove this sticker here. And then we'll go from there. No stickers allowed, okay? That is kind of my rule. All right, so there is a little black accent in the middle on this etched metal back. So this is all uni-body machine metal. That's what it feels like. Fingerprint reader in the back. This camera system here is actually 16 megapixels, f/1.8. Phase detect autofocus, single camera. There's nothing fancy going on here. This is a gaming phone, folks. You don't care about taking photos with this phone, but I'm sure it's half decent. Let's try it out. That might be the Achilles heel. There's a, looks like a dual flash up here. antenna bands that are black, these weird little things that look like feet. They're kind of embedded in here. The Red Mars, so Red Magic logo, more antenna bands and things. And then let's look around quickly, shall we? So here we go. We have what feels like a slider here. I'm not sure what that does, but that's cool. Might turn the game mode on, basically, where it mutes notifications and stuff. SIM tray right here. I'm not sure if it has removable storage or not. So could just be a dual SIM card slot. Nothing else. Antenna bands that switch and the SIM tray on this left side. On the bottom, you have USB Type-C, some screws, primary microphone, mono speaker. On the right-hand side, you have volume rocker, power lock key, which is not ridged, and those two ultrasonic or capacitive trigger buttons. I'm pretty sure they're ultrasonic, with antenna bands. So very cool. On top, all magical, you have a headphone jack and a secondary mic. So let's turn it on. And let's talk about what's inside. After all, the battery's dead. That's unfortunate. I love it when they ship you things with dead battery. But you can see here briefly, it's a 6-inch screen, 18 by 9. And there is a 8-megapixel f/2.0 2.0 secondary camera on the front here. You can see the earpiece. You see a small bezel top and bottom because this is only an 18 by 9 screen. It's an IPS panel, it turns out. 6 inches, 1080p, so hopefully it's somewhat good. And we'll find out. And then in the back, as I talked about the rear camera, I love how it's kind of perforated. At least it looks like it has like some sort of pattern on here, but it doesn't feel like a pattern. And this hexagon camera pod and hexagon shaped, fingerprint reader. Very cool, very cool. So what makes this phone really cool is it costs about $350 and you get a Snapdragon 845, 8 gigs of RAM, 128 gig. There's a 6 gigs of RAM version, 64 gigs of storage version. There's also a 10 gigs of RAM, 256 gig storage version. So pretty cool to get a gaming phone with a Snapdragon 845 at that low price. Very similar to Pocophone, but a very different intent. Pocophone is more about being a good phone all around without any gaming features, and this is more about being a gaming phone that happens to be a decent spec phone overall. So there you go, folks. The last thing I wanted to let you know about was the battery. This has a 3,800 milliamp hour battery, so it's pretty thin despite despite its size battery. It's only 9.9 millimeters at its tip, so it tapers. It's kind of interesting. The middle here is thicker, but the edges feel really thin. But it really does kind of like you see taper. So that's why it's 9.9, because you also count the camera pod. But it feels much lighter and thinner than it looks. So that's a bunch of bonus points for it there. All right, so all around interesting phone. I'm going to put it through its paces and let you know what I think on the podcast. So please stay tuned to that. As always, like this video, subscribe to the channel, listen to the podcast. MobileTechPodcast.com is where it's at. We're on all the platforms: Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Pocket Casts, Overcast, TuneIn Radio, all that. If you want to know my opinions, you have to listen to the show. This is really just complimentary video content for the show. And then finally, I want to thank our sponsor, ProXPN. ProXPN is a VPN, and it works anywhere you need to be secure and private. Most importantly, it lets you watch video anywhere you are in the world by supporting Netflix and all that as well, which is really great. ProXPN, link in the description below. You get 50% off if you sign up through this link and you support the show, you support the podcast, the YouTube channel, support this endeavor. So Mobile Tech Podcast channel goes hand in hand with the Mobile Tech Podcast, and you should subscribe to both. Thank you so much for tuning in. I'll have more videos for you soon. Cheers, everybody.